Joe Bobby is not here this evening, who is our standard tech support for the AMBC. On call at all times, just not always here. So Joe Bobby, come to the meeting next time, buddy. All right, welcome to February. Thanks for joining us this evening. I'm Matthew Kellogg with the Appalachian Mountain Bike Club. Let's see here. Wayne is here this evening. He's right here, actually. Wow. I could almost reach out and touch him. If I step 2 steps more, I could definitely do that. And I'll invite you up here momentarily, Wayne. But I'm still on my second point, which is welcome. And a note to remind you all that the end is near. Daylight savings time is coming up, which is good for all of us. That extra hour of daylight is on its way. It is very cold right now. The trails are in terrible condition. Dave will tell you that. Dave will tell you that on the internet each day. If you go to our website, he's got the trail conditions up there. He was a little bullish a couple weekends ago, and we got called out because Lost Chromosome was a little mucky, and Dave had it as pretty good. So he downgraded it middle of the day on a weekend for y'all's information. So we try to be accurate about those conditions, although I will say Dave is usually the conservative voice for these trails. We are the stewards of these trails and want to make sure that they are in good shape and that we're not just losing our soil due to riding on bad days. Nonetheless, Jenny, you want to say welcome and talk about membership a little bit, and Wayne can hop up here and strong arm as well? There we go. I'm handing this over.
You go.
Okay.
Because there's only one.
Do I just need to lay down the beat, or what do I?
Yeah.
Who's handing? Who?
I'll start, and then I'll pass it on to Wayne.
You need this agenda.
Oh. Nah.
All right.
We're good. Right?
Hi, Jenny.
Hi, Wayne.
Hi.
Should we start a talk show?
We should.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jenny, and I'm the Programming and Membership Coordinator. If I haven't met you, I would love to meet you, so say hello at the end of the meeting. If your buzzer goes off, be sure to get your food.
Yeah.
Good job, Katie. So I just wanted to remind you all that we are still kind of transitioning just a couple more months. If you've heard this message a million times, I'm sorry, it's just a little bit longer. We switched in April from IMBA to SORBA, Southern Off-Road Bicycle Association, as our parent organization. So we're still transitioning with Madison's the SORBA programming director, membership director. Sorry.
So everybody can
Yes.
see you because you're going to be really important there.
If you have a membership question, Jenny or I can help you later.
Yes, membership director of SORBA. So we are working together to make sure everybody knows how to use the app and make sure that your membership is good, because once we transition in at the end of April, everybody will have switched over from being an IMBA member to a SORBA member, or you may not realize that your membership, if it was recurring, it could have stopped recurring because we switched over. So I'm happy to help you figure that out. Madison's happy to help you figure it out, but just be sure on the app or online that it still says you're a member. Happy to help you if you don't know. And then Wayne will talk to some new members if we have any.
So what I'm really here for is free beer, meaning if you are not a member and you sign up tonight to become a member, I will buy you a beer tonight. So how many people here are not members? If you're not a member, that's a problem that is not going to be solved tonight. But if there are others here that are not members that are thinking about signing up, or maybe even if you renew your membership tonight, maybe we'll sweeten the pot a little bit. If you do that tonight and renew, we'll buy you a beer. So if you do either of those things with these two right here, you come let me know, and you're going to go on my tab for the night. All right.
Yeah, I think if you're 60 days out, you can go ahead and renew your membership. So that's a great way to just go ahead and be on the ball. Also want to let y'all know, be sure to check out your member benefits on the app. There's a lot of new benefits as of 2026. We've gotten over 5, including here. But we've gotten over 5 new benefits. And since the last meeting, we also have benefits now at Bear Paw Bikes. Shout out to Audrey over there.
Hey.
And sorry if I missed anybody from Bear Paw. And then also for LB Endurance Lab, that's also on Sevier Avenue. So shout out to those places.
Awesome.
Right.
And I will say that renewing your membership on the app is super easy. It's just the top button up there. You can either upgrade your membership or you can renew a membership. I got an email from Madison today that my Clinch Valley Trail Alliance membership was going to expire soon. So in the matter of seconds, it dinged my existing credit card on there, and all of a sudden I got my welcome email again from Clinch Valley. And so it's easy to be members of other clubs. If you ride in other areas and want to support what their mission is in their community, you can hit the hamburger stack or the sandwich stack on the app and browse for other organizations. And all the Sorbas in the Southeast populate. So then we're going to roll into news and recaps from last month. So I don't love kicking a man when he's down, but we're going to do it anyway. Charlie has been our board president for the last 2 years, and we're booting him. So out with Charlie, in with Katie. Katie's going to be serving as our board chair for the next couple of years. Charlie's done a phenomenal job. He is not here this evening because he's recovering from a hip surgery because he wants to cycle long into the future. So he decided he's going to be a little proactive on a hip replacement. But nonetheless, you'll see Charlie around. He's still going to serve on the board, and we're thrilled to have him, but also super excited to see Katie leading the board for the next couple of years. I also wanted to give a shout out to Madison Taylor Lane, who's now serving on the board as well, for her guidance with Joyride. So, and just a round of applause for all the board that helps guide this organization. Yeah, indeed. So, you know, we do have staff that you guys can rely on, but we, and I in particular, rely on our board for a lot of mentorship and guidance and their leadership. And so just really appreciate having them to help us along the way. All right, we did have a number of things happen last month. Had 54 people show up for the work party at Concord. Good job, folks. That's awesome. So show some love for the trails out at Concord. I know they rebuilt a bridge over on the Callaway Ridge trail network. Did some resurfacing on the directional trail, I believe. They built a new trail connector which connects the Cove. So you can now park at the Cove, use the crosswalk that has a blinky on North Shore, and make an entire loop around the ball field property by going underneath the North Shore on the other end. So excited to be able to use that. That was actually a request from Jenny for running Trailblazers out of the west location. It'll be easy for the kids to make a loop over there. So excited to have that on par there. You know, Knox County helps us with a number of things very similar to our relationship with the city of Knoxville. We were able to call up Parks and Rec and say, hey, we need X amount of tons of stone for this gravel connector. Can you please get that to us? And we're going to rebuild this bridge that's been out there for 12 plus years. We need this decking delivered. They deliver it to us a couple days ahead. The crew was able to stage it where it needed to go, and folks like Wayne can haul lumber for days, it ends up, or at least an hour out of 3. So big thanks for the work at Concord. I think we want to thank Hurricane Cycles, who provided lunch for us out there, and also we want to thank our beverage sponsor out there, which was Creature Comforts. So think about them when you belly up to the bar. Let's see here. In other news, we opened up the Gateway Park, which was super exciting. The end of the James White Parkway, we were able to officially join the celebration for that. It was great to hear from previous mayor about sort of the story behind that and her reflection on what a difference the trails have made to our community and how impactful organizations like ours can be in making policy decisions. So that's great. We have construction happening over at the drop-in. So you guys noticed potentially on social media and probably in your email that there's some changes and detours on that side of year-round Get Down. They're signed at the top, they're signed at the bottom, but basically the center section of Campground Connector is now closed for the time being until construction is completed. Then we'll reroute that section so the connections will be very similar to what they were in the past. And that just, it also sort of made me remember that we rely on connections on private land all the time. And we're really fortunate to have access where we do. That one in particular is a deeded access, and so it's a little more rock solid, but nonetheless, these are pretty unique situations and something that we need to think about when we're traipsing across the land that we all see as public land. A lot of cases you might notice on the signs that it says private land, stay on trail. That's a good rule of thumb on all the trails in our network. Because in a lot of cases in South Knoxville, 34 different landowners, you're traipsing across their property, and it's a gift that we have, and we need to make sure to not take advantage of it. I wanted to let you guys know that I was invited to speak at the Sierra Club a couple of weeks ago. It was great to present on what our organization does for the community, and also to see sort of where the synergies lie amongst our organizations. And Mac was able to introduce his book, which he's written a book about and just revised it on urban wilderness hikes. And so it's neat to see literature written about the trail network that we steward. They're also doing quite a bit of work on invasive management front. And so I've invited them to come join us for our work parties in the future, and hope that we can sort of combine some of our shared loves. And I think another opportunity we have coming up in the near future is I'd love to have them lead us on a great wildflower hike through some of our parks. They're super knowledgeable about the spring ephemerals, and it would be great to learn some more about that. I know that William Hasty is their neighborhood organization is organizing some wildflower hikes. And they're willing to do a one dedicated for AMBC. So if there's interest in that, ping me afterwards, and we'll make sure to get that organized and on the calendar. Let's see here. In other trail news, I updated the board earlier. The Hartford Trail Network, so that's Hall's Top Trails. Those are moving forward. I know everybody's sort of probably forgotten about that trail project. That's essentially close to 100 miles of trail that they'd like to put in the National Forest right there at the Hartford exit. I will say that things are moving forward on that front. They got a great green light from the Forest Service on their agreement to steward those trails. So Cott County is actually going to be sort of the manager of that trail system in the future. So they're going to finish up the NEPA process right now. So there's going to be a public comment period coming up. That hasn't been launched yet, but I will need everybody in this room and online to help us with the public comment period to encourage the Forest Service to adopt one of the trail plans. And you guys will see multiple trail plans, and we'd love to see option one move forward and see construction on that potentially as early as the fall is a really ramped up schedule. I would imagine closer to 2027. But nonetheless, that is moving forward. Other awesome projects that are still moving forward. You guys have heard about the Highlander Rail Trail, which is Oneida to Frozen Head. That, as well as getting some additional wind in the sails. I'd hope to have somebody from that organization down to speak with us probably next month, just to sort of give everybody a more public update about what's going on there. But that's a neat natural surface rail trail, 42 miles essentially, that connects a huge corridor in rural East Tennessee. The other rail trail project happens to be literally in the backyard right here. So the Sun O Rail Trail, the GNO, whatever it will be called in the future and in the end, is actively being salvaged right now. So you guys probably, if you're headed towards Imes to not ride Flow right now, you will notice that the rail lines are coming up, and so are the cross ties. And so that is going to have a ribbon cutting on Friday. It was going to be Thursday. They moved it to Friday, 1 p.m. at Kern's Bakery. So that rail trail is going to stretch from essentially Kern's Bakery to Meads Quarry. What a fantastic game changer for us as cyclists to have that essentially level rail bed that'll be gravel surfaced all the way out there to Meads. An incredible project. So that will be 1 p.m. on Friday over there at somebody said it, Kern's Bakery. I've heard that I shouldn't say anything. Never mind. There's a surprise there, by the way. So come and see what the surprise is at 1 p.m. All right. Other upcoming events. We've got a project that we're working on with the city of Knoxville over at Holston River Park, just across the river. There's an awesome existing park. It's got a boat launch. They're going to be revamping that boat launch, putting in a little bit more user-friendly and accessible dock there. They've got an existing greenway network there. We are teaming up with the city of Knoxville to pitch an RTP grant to the state for a bicycle playground over there. And so be great for the kids in that area. There's also going to be some associated gravity trails, 2 short sessionable trails that'll be all weather and have some fun features on them, and some additional side of the greenway features similar to what we've done over at Concord and what's at the end of the parkway. So there's a couple public meetings coming up on that. They're on our calendar, ambcknox.org/events, but March 9th and March 19th are those dates. So we'll get those up on the feed for this as well. Then in March 24th is one of my favorite evenings over at the Bijou Theater, Banff Mountain Film Festival. So that is a Monday and Tuesday, so a 2-night event. Unfortunately, you guys can't attend the first night because it's our club meeting. But you can attend the second night, and it actually benefits us as well. So we're lucky to be in partnership with the Bijou Theater. So come out. If you want to go to 2 nights of awesome films, do it. The first night's beneficiary is Legacy Parks Foundation, and then we're the beneficiary on night 2. So we'll be there, and we'll be giving out some swag and have our stuff set up behind there as well. Busy time of year. I know we'll be kicking off Trailblazers on the 24th as well. I think Jenny will talk about Trailblazers here in just a moment. But Outlandish is coming up May 1st and 2nd. So that's another sort of community-wide outdoor festival. We were involved last year. All bikers are certainly welcome there. It's a pretty rad festival. It's got good music. It's going to have better weather this year from what I've heard. So hopefully we won't be completely soaked this go round, but have great access to paddling. There's going to be a full moon paddle on Friday evening, and then paddling and biking. Two Bikes is going to do a bike packing thing, I believe, on Friday evening over to Low Meadow Farms, and good stuff there. So I'm going to turn it over to Jenny. I'm going to turn the page over, and Jenny's going to talk about Trailblazers, and then Madison's going to talk about Joyride.
Okay, so Trailblazers is our kids mountain biking program. We started it, I wasn't here yet. AMBC started it in fall of 2025, and it just started at Baker Creek. This season, we're expanding to Concord out west also. So we'll have 2 different programs running this spring, March through May, and the registration closes tomorrow. We still have spots at both locations. Just a couple spots left at Baker Creek. If you're a last minute person, then go ahead and register right now. I won't judge you for being on your phone or computer or whatever to register. We'd love to have those filled. I want to say thank you to all the people that have volunteered. We filled all of our volunteer needs for that. We have basically 8 volunteers at each location, which is just awesome that we had that many people willing to do that. And I want to be sure I'm not missing anything. Oh, I want to thank Bear Paw Bikes, Hurricane Cycles, and Psychology Bicycles for offering special discounts to the Trailblazers families and volunteers leading up to the season. And I also want to mention that we've had multiple families register with financial assistance. We are grateful to be able to provide that. Thanks to AMBC members and other donations, you can actually support Trailblazers directly at trailblazersknox.org on our support page, trailblazersknox.org/support, or you'll see it, you'll be able to click it, and you can donate directly to Trailblazers, which is just awesome. We're going to have an awesome program starting March 24th. And I'm going to pass it on to Madison for Joyride. Sorry.
Hey everybody, I'm Madison or Maddie Taylor Lane. So I'm Sorba's membership director. So if you do have questions about your membership, using the app, accessing your benefits, Jenny or I can help after the meeting. I also help out with Joyride, which is AMBC's women programming. So our mission is to get more women on bikes. We create a friendly environment. No one gets left behind. And we do monthly programming. So yesterday we were out at Loyston for our Galentine's ride. That got rescheduled, so we were glad we were able to do it yesterday, even though it was a little bit chilly. We had 22 ladies come out. We did beginner through intermediate, and 2 ladies came all the way from Virginia just to ride with us, which was really awesome. Yeah. Our next ride is going to be celebrating daylight savings. So Sunday, March 8th. We are doing a little bit of a later ride so everybody can sleep in that morning and adjust to the daylight savings. So that Sunday, March 8th, we'll meet at 1 p.m. at Baker Creek. We're going to have new rider, beginner, and beginner plus. So with our new rider, that can be no mountain bike experience whatsoever. They do still need a mountain bike, but if you have friends, if you have women riders or women that are interested in getting into mountain biking, that's a really great one to get them out for. We'll ride at Baker Creek, and then we're actually going to be doing a restorative stretch post-ride yoga at Climbing Roots Bouldering Gym just next door to, at the Baker Creek Preserve area. So we're really thankful for Climbing Roots to lead us in post-ride yoga that day. All of our 2026 dates are on the calendar. We should have a few more scheduled as well, but we are always in need of more volunteers. So if you, if you know someone or you want to come out and help with Joyride, we are always looking for more leads and sweeps. You don't have to be an advanced rider. You just have to be comfortable with the group that you're joining up with. Let's see, let me make sure I talked about everything with Joyride. I also just want to plug Sorba for a moment. So as Jenny mentioned, Sorba is AMBC's parent organization. We have 48 chapters within the Southeast, and every year we do a Sorba Summit. So that is a 5-day week of trainings, networking, panels, group rides, socials. So this year, April 1st through 5th, we're going to be in Belmont, North Carolina with our Tar Heel Trailblazers chapter. We will have training courses on trail crew leading courses, as well as chainsaw certifications. We'll have a 2-day conference session, and then we'll have Volunteer of the Year banquet, group rides, socials. So if you're looking for something to do, come on and join us. You can find that on Sorba's website about the Sorba Summit. Alrighty.
Awesome. Thank you. I'll remind everyone that at the Sorba Summit last year, there was not only an earthquake that was felt over there, but there was also a Volunteer of the Year awarded to our chapter, believe it or not. So, Mary Beth Tugwell, could you stand up just one more time? Thank you, Mary Beth. I can't see you back there. I'm glad I could recognize her for her amazing service one more time. All right, AYC updates. Before I hand the mic over to Chris, I just wanted to thank AYC for organizing the dig and rips that they've been doing through the work parties this season. You've noticed, if you've been at the work parties, that there have been a ton of AYC youth there, and that's because they're organizing not only digging, but also a ride post-lunch. So big thanks to the crew over at AYC, and I'll let Chris tell you updates from here.
Yeah.
Thank you, Matthew, for the introduction. Chris Joyce with Appalachian Youth Cycling. You stole a little bit of my thunder. That's what the kids have been up to. It's what we've been up to. It is because it's off season right now. Where we are right now, we do Monday and Thursday practices. We do them. The Mondays are out at Concord, and then our Thursday ones are here south or Sharps Ridge if we need, but it's dark and is cold. So as it turns out, that's not great for teaching all the youth about the things of cycling. So we do advanced. We do have our advanced riders out there bundled up with lights blazing and everything. So what we do offer though, and we've had great success and fun with, is coming to all of the work days. So first Saturday of every month, we do our dig and rip. And so we have coaches there and we can support a ride afterwards. But all the young folks have had a good time learning about trails and helping them become good stewards of the trails. So it's fun to rip them, but you appreciate them, care for them more if you work on them. So as it turns out. But upcoming with us, we're really excited with going back to our regular programming. So with the daylight savings change, that allows us to do our 6 o'clock practices again. So on March 16th, that's right after spring break, bring the kids back in and bring them out to Concord. And then we fire up our Thursday right after that, and we're on to regular programming. And with AYC, our focus is always for middle school and high school. But we also have the capacity to take younger riders on. So if they know their brakes, they know their gears, and they're happy to ride for 30 minutes with their buddies, bring them out. And true to my word, well, I'll probably try to stretch your 30 minutes a little bit. But we're out for a good time. That's really what this is. I'll get the kids on bikes. They go out at the level that they're comfortable with, and we work within those boundaries to move them up to the next level. So we're looking forward to a really great season, and that's most of our story. So ayc.ambcknox.org to find out more about us.
Thanks, Chris. Fun fact: I got a smidge distracted late in my workday today because Chris is in a feature film. Do you know this? Okay, he knows about it. Okay, so I can probably talk about it. Doom.film. It's not a mockumentary. It's a documentary, I would say, about the Doom race or ride. Yeah, do it. Let's hear it. It was fascinating. I still have more to watch.
All right, so I should change a hat or something because they're going to be like, who is that coach? The thing that I really like to do is ride my bike for ridiculous distances and do hard, stupid stuff. It's a fact. So Doom is a really cool bike packing race out in Arkansas. Yeah, well, not normal people. Yeah, 200, 300 people. It's about to kick off here, and I'll be out there in 5 weeks. But anyways, it's bike packing is 400 miles. It took a little under 3 days. And so we're all a little nuts. And my buddy Travis had to go and get to the finish before me. But this is not a race of let's see if I could I'm gonna grind them into the ground. No, this is a race just with yourself, and maybe it's just an adventure. So Doom does a good job of kind of showing you a little behind the scenes. There's a little extra drama added in, but there's always drama. So check it out, doom.film. It's cool.
All right. Yeah, and I haven't gotten to the drama part, so now I'm intrigued. Dave, you got a minute to talk about trails? Sutton going to come up on the camera? Let's do it, Sutton. All right.
It's got mine.
Oh, he's got yours. Well, you can have mine.
I'll take yours too. Sutton's got my agenda here. Sutton, you want to say hi to everybody? Can you wave and say hi? This is a little overwhelming. He's way over this meeting, so I'll try to go quick. This is left hand is weird. All right. So yeah, Concord Workday, Kellogg already said it. It went pretty well, all things considered, because we got completely screwed around by the forecast. It was going to be nice, and it was going to rain, then it was frozen, and we didn't know what to do. We had to chalk half our dirt work, but we still got a bunch of stuff done. The Black Hole Bridge, the gravel path, you already said it all. So it was all good. Hurricane Cycles brought coffee and lunch. So we had some sandwiches and some fancy coffee that was super good. And yeah, and Creature Comforts beer, which has become the standard, and I'm here for it. So yeah, that was good. Next month, Icy King, a couple weeks. We're gonna get some signage for Icy King. I don't know if you ever go to Icy King or try to navigate the trails out there, and you see the handwork of our AmeriCorps from 3 seasons ago written in Sharpie on the back of an old sign that got flipped over. That's how we do out there until now. Well, soon we'll be putting up new signage out there, which has been a topic of we've only been working on it for like 3 years. So anyway, we've got that, and we're going to do some dirt work projects. We've got some rebenching to do out on the far stuff, and winter work days. You know, what more do you want than come get warmed up and get going with it? The last one we had out there was a slog, but it just made the soup that John Terry made that time that much better. It was awesome. So yeah, that's the 7th. I think it's like next Saturday now. So Icy King, yeah, coming up for that next one. So we've got a little promotion going, I guess, this year. We're going to do a super volunteer kind of deal where if you come to 5 of the work days, you get a fancy super limited edition t-shirt. The design for which I'll be really excited to see. I'm sure it's in the pipeline, but we do have some of y'all who come out to every single one of these work days. It's super helpful, and we really appreciate it. So we're just trying to come up with ways to sort of, say thank you. You can flex on everybody at Baker Creek or whatever with the t-shirt. But that is going to be a thing, and we're going digital with the way we keep track of everybody. It's all above board. Don't even worry about it. Jenny's helping us figure it out. So aside from that, and I guess psychology is going to make lunch at King. So that's always good. And Creature Comforts, yeah, every time. So other than that, Flow has been on hold for like at least 3 weeks now. You get what you get this time of year. You can ask Shaggy or Tim or whoever else is here. We saw Wes at the coffee shop this morning. If you're building trail right now, certain circumstances notwithstanding, you're pretty much sitting still and waiting for the weather to get better. And then it's 60 for 2 days and it's this again. So the freeze thaw was super gnarly on the stuff that we built over there, where we did like the kind of top coat on some of the stuff that was built out of the junk dirt. We got some good clay and moved it up there and compacted it. And then the snow and everything just puffed it right back out. And it's just like, if a lot of people go out there on the wrong day, it's going to be ruined. But I think they're not. From what I've seen so far, it largely looks pretty good, and we have like maybe 3 days worth of good work to do over there if we ever get the conditions for it. So we'll be hammering that out as soon as we can, and then opening it at whatever point after that we can, just to make sure that people don't get over there and like take all the fresh dirt with them on their tires. You know what I mean? Because like that's how it's been over there recently. So soon enough it'll get there. The section that I got to test ride was really fun. Less pedaling on the flow trail, right? I mean, that's what you want. So it's happening. It's just on super slow-mo, or just pause, really, at this point. It's just pause. So other than that, we've been trying to catch up on nick and drains, this season, trying to get everything draining right and drying out faster, obviously, so you can still go out and pedal. Getting actually pretty well caught up with that. Got Imes done last week, got most of Fort Dickerson done, I think, and just trying to check those boxes. We're trying to do all the trails every year, which actually makes it easier year over year, but it's a lot, obviously, to get through and do them all. But having 2 AmeriCorps helps, and they're pretty like self-sufficient, get out and handle business, which is really helpful for us. So we can kind of divide and conquer. That's been going pretty well. So other than that, we've got chainsaw class coming up. Gooch and I have been teaching chainsaw class twice a year for the last, I don't know, this will be what, the 3rd or 4th one. It's going pretty well. I'm starting to figure out what I'm doing. I think we're going to try something different this time. And instead of doing an all-day Saturday thing, we're going to try doing like a couple of evenings in the week. So that'll be after the time change, and we'll just have some folks come out to our shop over on Harris Lane in far South Knox, and I think we'll just do we're talking about maybe like a 5 to 8, couple of nights in a row, classroom stuff one night, and then go out in the field. We went out on Mount Doom out back of there today, kind of scouting and figuring out where we can go and cut some trees so we don't have to go out into Icy King and scare all the people riding and walking over there. Although the one time we did save somebody's life, so you kind of never know what you're going to get with that. So it wasn't just me, it was Will, who's not here. It was mostly Will Howell. But anyway, yeah, so I've still got like 2 slots maybe for chainsaw class if you want. I know I talked to Chris about it, and he's a busy man, but he was going to try to get in on it. I'll tell you the date. We're still working on the dates. Are soft. We'll get them posted here in the next, it'll be up this week. I think it's going to be like the it's going to be mid-March. I think Son's got my phone. Anyway, next month, that'll be posted. It'll be on the event calendar. Get on social media and all that stuff. But we've got like Aaron from Two Bikes has been handling a bunch of trees for us lately. He's been super helpful. Cactus, who's not here either, has been getting a bunch of trees at Icy King for us. But really, we haven't been getting nearly as many reports of trees going down lately. We always obviously super appreciate that. We haven't really stumbled across a whole bunch. We haven't gotten a bunch reported, which has been nice, although we kind of were looking for stuff to do today, honestly, when the weather's like this, but it's not bad to kind of just be in the shop and hug the heater for a while. So, other than that, if you want to sign up, come find me, or you can just email us, like at the trails at ambcnox.org email address, or just come find me and we'll get you on the list. But yeah, I think mid-March is what we're talking about right now for a couple of evenings. We'll try that out and see how it goes. Yeah, I'm taking questions.
Like bucket or the stuff like that?
So I say we haven't done that yet. We try not to run a whole lot of equipment on public trail days, honestly. We try to run those during the week. But if it's something you're interested in learning more about, reach out to Trails at AMBC Knox. If you've got some flexibility in your schedule, we can certainly get volunteers on machines. And, I think it's just a matter of making sure we have the right projects and that sort of stuff all lined up. Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah, indeed. So, certainly, if you're interested in that, reach out. We can figure out a way to plug in your skills. With that, I'm going to stop talking. You guys can start talking, and I'll see you March 23rd right here at Southside Garage. Make sure to thank them at the bar and tip your bartender when you head out. So, appreciate y'all being out this evening as well. Cheers.